Welcome everyone to the 8th episode of the Hivecast, the Utah Smash podcast. I am your host, Fleepy, as usual, and today we have a very special guest with us. Emfrald is a TO and the event marketing director for Land King Gaming. If you don't know what Land King is, it's a weekly Smash Ultimate Melee and other fighting game tournament based in Provo, and has one of the top 10 biggest Ultimate Weeklies in the nation. So welcome, Emfrald.
Hi, Felipe. Thanks for having me on today. I'm here to just answer any questions, talk about what's going on.
Yeah, there's a few things going on in the Utah Smash scene right now, so let's get right into it. Starting off here today, we have the Game Time Weeklies. They have come back after the Slopes Arcade Invitational and High School Showdown Corporate Clash qualifiers, all that stuff. Those were being held at the Game Tyrant, and they switched between Game Tyrant and Land King, at least for the High School Showdown. Did they do the same for Corporate Clash?
So Corporate Clash was not held at the They did it at a company location. I don't know if they did it at Game Tyrant though.
Okay, so alright, but they didn't have any weeklies, but they brought them back, and it started off pretty good. They got 25 entrants, and I believe it was who won? Was it a Banana Boy?
Probably Banana Boy or Valor. Pretty sure it was Valor. Actually,
it was Valor. Yeah, wait, Banana Boy wasn't even there. That was yesterday. Yeah, Valor. Congratulations to Valor for winning. Yeah, I think it was a clean 3-1 set. And Game Time Weeklies are back, so we have another weekly on Thursdays. And if you guys want to check those out, those are in Salt Lake. Is that the spot? Or North Salt Lake?
Yeah, North Salt Lake.
Alright, so go check those out if you want. Next up here, we have two monthly tournaments going on next week on Saturday. First off, we have My Trophy Tussle, and then we have Emfrald Smash Royale 12. So we'll talk about Smash Royale for now, and we'll go over Trophy Tussle a bit more when we talk about Project M and the like. So Smash Royale 12, how does it feel? How do you think you did on the 11th? Because I know this was a special one for you guys. So what are you looking forward to coming this Saturday?
So the last one we did was with Top Golf, and that was really cool. It was a kind of a trial event for us in a lot of ways because we'd never done something out of venue that's like not specifically made for Smash events.
Had you ever collaborated with other companies before this for monthlies or even weeklies in general?
No, I've like if you went to Crown, we actually did that at a different location.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well. But the space we did for Crown was actually made for events, while Top Golf is made for more like meetings. So we kind of had some challenges there, but it ended up working out really well. It was a PPRC tier event.
Was it
the second one Utah's ever had?
Yeah, second in 2 days, 2 in 2 days, which was kind of insane. Although that was an invitational, so I don't know if that technically counts. But was it a small venue? Was that the problem, or was it just you need to get used to your surroundings?
It was power, but it ended up working out. Top Golf kind of underestimated the power of esports.
Well,
last time they had a esports thing, it was Clash of Clans or something event, and the organizers, I don't know who they were, but they're like, oh, we'll have like 50 people, and then like 10 people showed up. So Top Golf was like, all right, you guys are saying you'll have 100 people, but it won't actually be that much. So
yeah, they were probably shocked.
Yeah, they were a little surprised, but it was good. They really enjoyed it. We had some setup issues in the beginning with getting power, but after that, everyone could have a good time. The tournament ran super well. Creek had an awesome showing. Yeah, didn't Creek get 5th or 4th? Creek got 3rd.
Oh, dang. That high.
Yeah, he beat Best Nest, and he went Game 5 with Louis Money.
Yeah, it was too bad Louis Money had to kind of DQ.
Yeah, he kind of knew who he was getting into when he... I mean, he had a flight at 8 o'clock, and he knew the tournament was starting around like 2 o'clock, so he knew what he was getting into. He still got 2nd place.
And what were your thoughts on the Balboa bracket? Do you think that was a success?
I think it was great. So Balboa was a lot more than just the actual day of bracket.
Here, you can explain it.
People don't know what it is. Yeah, it's we pair outside of top 100 solid players with like top 50, top 60, top 80-ish ultimate players, and we kind of have them coach them for a couple of months, and then they enter in a bracket and they get coached throughout the bracket. So it's a good chance to like learn. It's a big mission of Land King to help promote just how good Utah can get at this game.
Okay.
And we think that contributing to like the mid-tier players is the key to that, because top-tier players, they have a lot of incentive to play with each other, but I feel like a lot of times it's kind of hard for lower-tier players who are getting into the game to get to know these top players and play with them. So we're trying to just increase those interactions a bit more.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. So was one of the qualifications to be coached? You could not be top 100, because last season I was ranked 81st. So if that was a few months ago, would I have not been able to sign up?
So it's not just being top 100. We look at that's like a general rule of thumb that we use, but it's also like if you have certain tournament wins that they would disqualify you. So I look at the bracket a lot, and the skill cutoff was about like Shy Gym, J-Fly T level.
Is that like 70 range?
So both of those players fluctuate between like 60 to like 120.
Yeah, same here.
But they're both at a certain skill level that I feel kind of differentiating players who are starting out or trying to get good, and players who have more experience. And I think they're kind of at that cusp of differentiation. So I think it's important that people who did enter the Balboa bracket weren't already better than those players. So that was the general idea. For Michael about any questions, because I don't know everyone.
Yeah. Also, I have no idea who Matty B was. He kind of just came over and took over the entire Balboa bracket. What was up with him?
He is a solid player. I didn't know him that well either, but he was coached by Lydian, and he did really well.
Yeah.
He lost like round 2 of winner's side. Like he went out to losers super early.
And then went an insane run.
Yeah, he went on just a giant losers bracket run.
And Noku told me that his tag was changed, like before the tournament.
Oh, I don't know about that. So.
Okay.
He was cleared just like everyone else.
Yeah. Also, are you guys thinking about doing Balboa bracket in the future for people who would like to be coached?
Oh, absolutely. It's something that we think is really good. It's healthy to do it in like spread out amounts. We don't want to force the top players to feel like they have to do so much.
Yeah, that's true.
We want it to feel natural. We want it to feel like these players are, enjoying it.
The top players or the mid tier or both?
Both. Everyone.
Yeah. All right. Well, what is your goal for Smash Royale 12? Like, entrant wise, or rankings wise, or anything like that?
So us at ranking for Smash Royale 12, we're not super concerned about entrants. Our monthlies actually generally perform less than our weeklies.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Although this one had a resurgence for a bit, number 11, just because of the whole Top Golf thing.
It was a different venue.
Yeah.
There's $1,000 pop bonus.
I thought
like those kind of are the reasons to expect a larger monthly. But this one's a little smaller, and we're fine with that. I'm expecting we're between like 70 to 80, maybe 90 entrants today or next week.
Yeah.
And that's fine with us because it's kind of more chill. We can focus on side events. It's good, and it's a chance for players who can't make it on Tuesdays to come to a Saturday event.
And
but our weeklies are where we're really trying to give like the competitive experience.
Yeah. And are you planning any future collaborations for other future weeklies / monthlies?
So Top Golf, we're planning to do that because the first event was such a success, and we want to make it better and run it better and give the players a better experience overall, because there were some complaints. We're thinking about doing that on a quarterly schedule, so like 4 times a year.
Oh.
So every like third monthly would be at Top Golf, and we're trying to make the PGR event.
Every single one would be a PGR event?
That'd be the plan.
Dang.
We have around 200, 250 max attendees, and 200 attendees is the PGR seats here, regardless of who shows up. So that's the plan for that, and it's at a sweet venue. There.
All right.
Other companies, we are looking at a couple in Salt Lake. Can't talk too much about that, but we are trying to kind of get more of a ranking presence up there. We feel at some tournaments. We just want to give access to everyone, because a lot of Nortod doesn't feel like it's very easy to get down to Provo. You've probably seen a lot of stuff on the Facebook page, people complaining about how it's hard to get PR'd if you don't go to Land King. And that's a whole nother argument, and a lot of people would disagree with that, but we just want to provide what we feel is, we feel that we're very good at running tournaments, and we want to provide that to more people, so other people can have the chance to experience as well. So we want to expand up to Salt Lake area, and on and so forth. So we're looking at that right now, but we're going to have a hot set before we can go there.
And if you moved up to something like Salt Lake, are you afraid of interfering with something like Labs, taking over their scene as well? Because I feel like there might be some concern among Labs players there, because there's, they both, Land King and Labs share a similar situation, where they, I think this is widely agreed upon, that Land King Labs have the most stacked players there, and it's hardest to get, like, top 16 there. Which is why there's an argument of the whole PR thing in general.
So Labs is a great tournament. John runs it, he does a great job. They get between like 50 to 60 at entrance every week. They're on Wednesday night. If we were to start a weekly up in Salt Lake, we would not go on Wednesday nights because, frankly, it'd just be rude and it wouldn't make sense for the Utah community.
Yeah, exactly.
There are other nights that are available, and we probably, because there's a weekly on freaking every night of the week at this point, we would have to edge out a smaller weekly. But we feel that like providing a better product to the majority of the scene is better in that sense. And there are already weekdays with 2 tournaments on the same day, whether or not they're close or far. So we want to make sure that like what we're doing is healthy and we're trying to promote people, because there isn't like a lab scene or a game tyrant scene or a Land King scene. It's all the Smash scene, it's all Utah. Some players can only make it certain events, and that's fine. That's good. But we want to make it so everyone has a chance to go to events if they want, and make sure that those events are run well, and they have a chance to play top players, because that's the allure of Smash Bros, right? It's to get good and to play top players and to improve with your friends.
And one of the reasons I'm running my monthly, well, I didn't know it was going to be on the same day, but one of the reasons I'm running it is because it's super hard for me to get to events. Like, I could only go to Land King when it was the high school showdowns, and that was still like a 2-hour drive for me, which was insane. So this tournament for me, although it seems far away for a lot of other people, which is why a lot of other people don't really want to go as much, because it's more far away for them. It's a 5-minute drive for me, so it's a lot more practical for me, and hopefully for some other people as well.
And that's awesome. Like, that's super good, and it's important that you're trying to do these events that provide, easy access for different groups of people. Because right now, Land King, we get a lot of the BYU, UVU scene, and then a lot of the Salt Lake scene comes as well. And we're pretty central for some SOTOP players to come up.
Yeah. But so you just gotta get everyone. That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah. And the trick, I think personally, the right way to grow a weekly is to make sure you're in the right place. Like you said it, you hit it right on the head. Like players want to go to close by weeklies that they know we're gonna have people there. Like I went up to Ogden. I think I've been up there twice or 3 times for their weekly, and that was only because Speedy was getting a carpool up, and he wanted to help. He wanted to help support the scene up there by bringing people up. And he just loves Smash Bros. So like he'd drive the 2 hours. So it's important to like understand, like, while that's cool and all, that's more the exception than the rule, and we don't want to force people to have to drive 2 hours plus to get to an event that is a weekly.
Yeah, and that's like a 20-minute drive for me even, so I'm north Utah.
Yeah, you're way up there.
Yeah. And in lesser news, PR player and Pikachu main Tendo has gone picked up by my very own esports team, Team Joe. Yeah, it basically just came with an esports org, and it's called Joe Esports. So I'm just thinking that more PR players, I like to see more of them get sponsored, and Tendo is really the main one that's local to my scene. So that's basically the main reason I started it. Also, just Joe is stupid, but it's kind of funny. So that's the whole reason we have that. Emfrald, you said that you sponsor someone. Is it Diablo, you said? And do you still sponsor them?
Right now we're sponsoring Diablo, yes.
Okay. And do you think of sponsoring any people in the future?
We're looking at a couple players. Krieg's a huge contender. He's just improved so much, and we feel like getting him to out-of-state events not only help him as a player, but also help Utah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of hype for him. A lot of people really believe that he can do it because he's just performed so well.
And I think that Krieg is kind of like a sort of a mascot for Land King, because you mostly see Krieg at Land King tournaments, so it makes sense for you guys as well.
Actually, he's mostly at Lab.
Really?
Yeah, he's from Lehigh. I can only give out so much information about Miner, but
yeah.
No, he's from Lehigh. He needs rides to all the events, so he lives about 30-45 minutes away from Land King. So whenever he comes down here, he gets a ride. But he makes that sacrifice because he knows that you get the most matchup experience playing different people here. We have the most people.
Yeah, I feel like I never see Krieg on Labs. Or like at Lab streams.
I'm pretty sure he's there every week, actually.
Dang, I must be just not watching the Utah Smash stream as much as I watch the Land King stream.
Well, yeah, I won't go into stream difference, but Krieg he's just trying to get games in. He was a Wi-Fi warrior for years, and he started going to tournaments a couple months ago, and
crushed it.
So
yeah,
he's a great player.
Yeah, and so sponsored PR players right now. There's Best Nest, formerly Pixel, Banana Boy, Temporary Plan. I guess Nintendo now. Is there anyone else?
Who?
That's like any other PR players that are sponsored?
Tiberius.
Oh yeah.
Zace was for a while. I think he still is, but he's trying to take a break.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna part ways with them. I guess that's what you would call it. He said something about that.
Is sponsored but not editor. He's sponsored as a content creator for his YouTube channel.
Yeah, and he's doing really well with it, so I see why. Yeah, his channel's great. Check out Banana Boy. Shouts to him. But yeah, that's basically all for sponsored players. In other news, aka Melee news, and other Land King news, they're having a Land King Melee monthly today. And what monthly is this for Land King? Like your third or your second, or what is this for Melee?
It's actually our first Melee monthly.
Oh dang, I thought you had one before. Oh, I was thinking of the Resurrection of Melee.
Yeah, we did the Resurrection Melee, and that was awesome. We had probably the largest Melee tournament in the last 5 years.
Yeah, and I went to that. I went 0-2. It was really bad.
That's all good. We had Ammon Styles, or Tom Master.
Yeah.
Like a top 50 in the world Melee player. So he came down for that.
It
was a great time. Just trying to get the Utah Melee scene involved again, and it's good. So
yeah.
We're looking at ways to do that.
What PR players are coming to this monthly so far, just to get a hint about how stacked this is going to be?
Let me pull up the list here real quick. It's most of them. I'm not sure if Logos will come. For some reason, Logos just doesn't like Provo area, which is understandable. I don't like Provo either, but
there's some drama between him and OKP as well, though, or just the Melee scene in general.
Yeah, the Melee scene is a big drama mess, and it's fun. So is the Ultimates.
Yeah.
But we should have OKP, Blue Jay generally come, Perplex, Still Nice, Sorry Goods, Tau, and then honorable mentions. I'm pretty sure all of them come to our events.
Yeah, that's good.
So that'll be good. We have pretty stacked stuff. Our weeklies get around 20 people every week, and we're trying to get them to grow. So let's see how the monthly does. It'll be good.
Yeah, and what's your prediction for how many entrants you'll get?
I'm guessing around 30. We'll see. I'm not sure how the...
Huh?
Sorry, someone was messaging me. I'm not sure how the how the Melee scene views monthlies different than weeklies. For Ultimate, people see the monthly as just a more expensive weekly, so they don't really care. But for Melee, it's more of like a monthly is a bigger deal. So
yeah, because monthlies would mean more for rankings, possibly for Melee players.
I don't know. There's a lot of statistics arguments, and Michael could explain that to you better because he majored in statistics.
Yeah.
But the general idea is that no event counts more than another event in the Utah PR right now, because it's not events that get, like, if you get first at a monthly versus first at a weekly, like first at a monthly theoretically would be better because there are more people you have to play at a monthly.
And there's also just more people in general.
You would think, right? But our monthlies in Utah are actually smaller than some of our weeklies. So it's kind of interesting how, with exception to the last Smash Royale, but this month, most other Smash Royales get around 80 entrants, while the Smash Weekly, the Land King gets around 100 to 120. So it's actually, you want to play more. Like, if you want to get better results, you want to play more, you want to have wins that upset your seed, because playing more gives you a chance to upset your seed, and that is how you climb on the bracket system. So if you have wins all the time, playing, like, losing and winning to pure rank, you're not going to go up, no matter how many events you go to.
Yeah.
But if you have, I think Michael described it as surprising wins. So, like, if I win, or for example, and this is totally to toot my own horn, but I went last week and I upset Diablo and then playing usually.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Those are, yeah. So those are, you know, for me that's a really big deal, because that is an upset to my seed. Those were both players that are much better than me and have higher rankings, and the algorithm for bracket will see that as an upset and it will increase my score more. So whether I played them at Land King or at London Weekly, those went down the same.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to go and try and pull some upsets on any PR players, definitely recommend coming today. How much is it for venue and entry fee combined?
For Melee, so it's just 5 and 5 today.
That's not bad.
We're up the head CEO. Nathan Neef does that, Phoenix.
Yeah.
But I run stream for it. I try and provide as much help as I can.
And the stream will not be on Land King Gaming. It's on Left Stick Studios, which is kind of the Melee stream and the side stream general for Land King. So yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah, everyone check that out if you want to. And in other Melee news, Melee was dropped yet again from EVO 2020. What are your thoughts on this, Emfrald? Are you surprised, or are you sad or angry?
I'm not
or
really surprised, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I love Melee. I'm trying to pick it up myself because I think it's a fun game and has a really cool community. But I think their choice to take it out of EVO is fine. The game's dying in a lot of senses.
I don't know.
Really well.
I don't know if it's dying necessarily. I actually think it's growing more than anything.
I think it's growing in Utah right now. Or the idea that what happened when Ultimate came out is a lot. You can even see this professionally.
Yeah, male players like to play Ultimate. Well, I don't think it was more of a shift, or I think they just play both games now.
I think some players do. I think some dropped both. A lot of, like, the Melee gods, for example, straight up just shifted to either content creation or just don't really worry about tournaments anymore.
Yeah, like Hungrybox doesn't stream Melee at all. Leffen rarely streams Melee. Mango, I think Mango's still a big Melee guy. Yeah, PPMD still does Melee though. Yeah.
And, like, I love Melee, and I think Melee is still going to be a scene for a long time. But I think I think Ultimate coming out really dealt a blow to it, because Ultimate's just a faster game than previous Smash games, and it's still not the same as Melee for sure. But it's a great game.
Yeah, it's doing its best to combine the best of both worlds of, like, Smash 4 and Melee.
A lot of player support. Ultimate has grown immensely. You know, EVO this last year had almost 4,000.
Yeah, the biggest fighting game tournament, I'm pretty sure, ever. Or maybe even, yeah. I don't think it was a gaming tournament though, because that was probably some Fortnite thing. Yeah,
so
wasn't Ultimate the headlining game for this year?
For EVO?
Yeah, it was the first one announced.
I don't remember. I know I went to EVO myself. I don't think it was the headlining game, but...
Well, no, last year was the second game. I think first was, I think it might have been Under Night, like Eunice. And I saw that came back this year, and Melee fans are probably still mad, but I knew that EVO had a history of not really liking Melee anyway, so it was bound to come, whether we like it or not. So.
Well, Melee itself is like a very, I mean, it's one of the few games that's like very heavily modded. Like, there are different versions of it. There are different rule set. You have players who are extremely picky about
UCF and stuff.
Play on. Yeah, like some players don't like NTSC. Some people don't like UCF. Whatever. And then there's a whole thing like every other fighting game you can play on a monitor except for Melee.
Well, actually, with this new mod, forgot what it's called. I think it's just called the multi-mod. Developed by Uncle Punch. Yeah, it lets you use it on monitors because it fixes this thing. Hacks Money made a video about it. It was this
so we actually
drift.
did that in our weeklies, and players think it's okay, but that's still like it's a lot of prejudice that you have to overcome with the melee players, because some of them are just like, I'm never playing on a monitor or something, even though they have all these mods.
Yeah, they just don't want to. They don't want to change it because
they don't want to change.
Yeah,
and that causes a lot of problems for tournament organizers because they need to have these specific specifications for their setups, and I don't think Evo wants to deal with all that.
Okay. And in Project M news, we have my tournament next Saturday as well, Trophy Tussle, first PM event in months, like 4 months or something insane like that. Yeah, we have 2 confirmed setups right now. That's all. PM is very dead, but I hope you guys can all come if you want to come and enjoy some PM, and if you're not going to the Smash Royale. And we'll also have Ultimate as well. I hope that we'll get enough setups for people that want to play PM. So if any of you have your setup, then your venue fee will be waived. A full PM setup, which is just a Wii that has P Plus, technically Project Plus, on it, and a CRT, because it's not like Melee right now where it's like, I'm pretty sure CRTs are still the norm for Project M. So hopefully something like that will be changed in the future as well. But yeah, it's just my first tournament. Hope you'll be able to enjoy it. It's far north, so I know that's kind of an issue for a lot of people, but it's also a Saturday night, so there's time for driving, so hopefully you guys will all be able to make it. Thank you so much for coming on here, Emfrald. You had a lot of insight into a lot of things with Land King and Utah Smash in general, so it was all very valuable. Thank you for coming on.
For sure. Thank you for having me today.
Yes. Goodbye. And thank you, the viewer, for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. There was a lot of good insight into this video about the Utah Smash scene in general, Land King, all sorts of different things, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the Hivecast. I'm 2 subs away from reaching 100 subs, and we're literally just right there, so I sincerely hope that you will consider subscribing. And thank you all for watching. Goodbye.